Hi, thanks for watching. My name's Mary. On this channel, I do fragrance reviews, mostly Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, some fine fragrance, and how-tos, and I might get into some other things as well. So today I want to talk about the men's collection at Bath and Body Works and how they have some scents that are really, really good, and you might just not be looking there because it's the men's collection and maybe you never buy men's fragrances, but there's some really great fragrances there that are more unisex. So if you're, you don't want to smell like a typical like men's cologne or whatever, there's some that smell really good. And I'm going to go from um, I have four, and I'm going to go from least of the four, but still, I really like all four of these, to the one that I think is just chef's kiss. Really, really good scent. And I just discovered it. And now I don't like to say it, I'm obsessed because I just think that's such a generic thing to say. But I like it. I want to wear it. I want to just like wear it, and not just sample it, because most of the time I'm just wearing like five perfumes on myself, like on different parts of my body at any given time. But once I go back to work, which is like next Monday, I will just be like wearing my scent of the day. So maybe that'll be like a video series I do, is like my scent of the day for like the week or whatever, kind of like Jade Helona. She always does her Fragrance Fridays where she talks about what she wore that week. So maybe I'll start doing something like that. But since it's summer and I'm not working, I'm just kind of like spraying myself with whatever I feel like at any given time. So I'm just usually covered in all different kinds of things. Um, so yeah, but my last one on here is really good. I've got some really good stuff on here for you. So, and the other thing, I'll mention this in the video itself, but like there is a sale going on right now for men's care, and they do tend to have, and that's another reason to be interested in like the men's line, is they tend to put them on sale more frequently, and you can probably find them, I don't know, like you're just more likely to be able to like find a good deal, I feel like, for some of the men's stuff. So but this whole weekend, so right now is Thursday when I'm filming this, I'll post it on Friday, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is $5.95 for um, body care, lotions, mists, soap. Don't buy the soap though. Wait for like a mini sale to get soap. And then deodorant. I got some of the deodorant to try out. Things like that. And then $35 for the cologne. And then on Sunday, like I said, after 6, they'll be probably 20% off. So you can get whatever's 20% off that. So if you are interested in anything that I'm going to talk about, then check out that sale, and you can probably get some of these scents for a really good deal. All right, so if that sounds interesting to you, please like and subscribe and stay tuned. So I've got 4 different scents from the men's shop here, and all of them I just think smell amazing, but I'm going to go in order from sort of like the least impressive one to the one that is just so good. So make sure you stay toward the end for that. So yeah, I'll go ahead and just start with the first one. Um, all right. So the first one I want to talk about is my signature, and this is from the Everyday Luxuries like men's line. And I don't really know what these are duping. I did watch a video that the guy was kind of talking about what they were duping, but since I'm so unfamiliar with men's fragrances, I really didn't know what he was talking about. So maybe that's something I need to explore. But I also think that it's good for me to just talk about it as I'm interpreting it just as a scent, versus how does it compare to some other, men's cologne. All right, so this one kind of surprised me because my signature, just the way the name makes it just sound like it's going to be kind of like a generic, I don't know, like a men's cologne, which is usually kind of like just like a refreshing, I don't know, like a refreshing scent or like a spicy, cool, spicy scent or something like that. But this one has notes of um, golden pineapple, orange flower, and tonka bean. So it really is a pineapple scent. So with all of these, I'm going to be kind of talking about how it compares to some other scent that's like on the side, woman's side of Bath and Body Works, um, and also some other scents as well. So for this one, I was kind of thinking, um, Rio pineapple mango. That's like a strong pineapple scent. Um, and this one is juice, fresh pineapple juice, mango, and vine ripened raspberry. Okay. So there's the scents on that, the notes. So this one's like a sharp, juicy pineapple. Like very, like the abrasiveness, the sort of astringency of the pineapple, but it's like a very ripe pineapple at the same time. Very sweet. And all of the Bath and Body Works tropicals just kind of, I don't know, have this similarity between them, which I'm not really sure what it is, but it's just got that tropical kind of background. My son's calling me. I'll be right. All right, I'm back. So this is like the same kind of ripe pineapple, but a more kind of grown up interpretation, more evening, more subtle, more kind of just like balanced. So yeah, there's definitely pineapple there, but it's not like smacking in the face like Rio pineapple mango. It's a subtle pink pineapple, and it's just got this nice, rich, warm, kind of woodsy base, which is probably like the tonka. It says orange flower. It's not particularly floral, but yeah, there's definitely some of that like kind of neroli, maybe like the spiciness of the neroli. So, and one thing I want to talk about with these fragrances is I think they're very unisex. And once again, you can wear anything you like, but that's something a lot of times people are concerned about is something sweet and feminine? Is it masculine? Is it unisex? And I just feel like a lot of these, even though they're marketed as like the men's shop or the men's collection, that they really are pretty unisex. So there are some of those sort of men's fragrance type spices in there, but all of these, I feel like as they dry down, become sweeter and more unisex. And excuse the paint on my hands. So, so yeah, it's really nice. So it's like if you like pineapple scents, but you want something a little more grown up, a little bit more subtle, a little bit more evening, like I said, then my signature is a really good option. Okay, so that was number 4. All right. And number 3, I talked about this before in a short, is Rouge Rebel. So in that short, I was focusing on this being an apple scent, which it is. It says sparkling apple, amber woods, and sugared musk. But I guess like that same video I was listening to or watching, talking about like what these everyday luxuries are duping, says that this is like a Baccarat Rouge dupe, which is interesting because if you watched Into the Stars video, you saw that Bath and Body Works has like so many different scents that kind of fall into that Baccarat Rouge category. So I'm going to compare this one to one of those, which is Seeing Rouge. So this is the sort of women's everyday luxury Baccarat dupe, and apparently this is like the men's one. So I guess I'll start with this one. So this one is blackcurrant buds, sweet saffron, and amber moss. So yeah, I'm getting like the Baccarat kind of vibe, which if you know, you know. I call it like a dryness, but I don't know if other people call it that. It's like it's a little herbaceous, but it's sweet. And for this one, there's kind of like a berry sweetness to it, but not super, the berries aren't like super over the top noticeable. Just kind of like a subtle fruity sweetness. So that's Rouge Rebel. No, sorry. That's Seeing Rouge. All right, Rouge Rebel, on the other hand, is apple, amber woods, and sugared musk. So we've got a fruit, which in this case is blackcurrant, in this case is apple. We've got amber in both of them, but this one says amber moss versus amber woods. And this one says saffron, which is in Baccarat Rouge. And this one just says sugared musk. I do have the EDP, I guess, of this. Do they call it an EDP? Let's see. I don't think it says the concentration. Like, I don't think it says whether it's like an EDP or EDT or a cologne. But, you know, it's more concentrated than the body mist. So that's that. So the men's sale is going on this whole weekend. So today is Thursday the 7th, I think. And I'll probably post this video on Friday the 8th. And then the men's sale goes until Sunday, and it's $5.95 for the like body care stuff, mists, lotions, deodorant. I actually got some deodorant, men's deodorant. I'm waiting for them to have a sale on the women's deodorant because I want to try that, but they haven't had a sale on that so far. Just because like deodorant's so expensive. Like, this can be like a whole other rant, but like, why is deodorant $12? Like, I don't want to pay $12 for a stick of deodorant. So if they have a sale on deodorant where it's like $5, then I feel like that's pretty good. So I'd be willing to give that a try. Anyways, so yeah, on Sunday after 6, there's going to be percentage off, probably 20%. It almost always is. So you could get like the men's stuff, which is already discounted, with an additional percent off, I think. So like that would be a really good deal. So look out for Sunday night to be able to buy some really good men's stuff like the ones I'm talking about today for a good deal. All right, so Rouge Rebel. I'll spray this on myself. I just feel like this one is just a little bit more vibrant. And to me, I feel like this is actually sweeter and more feminine than the Seeing Rouge. And you smell the apple, and you get like that sugared aspect to it. And it's musky, and it's got like a little bit of that Baccarat herbaceousness, dryness, whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, if I had to pick one, and this is the thing that interests me, is that once again, I think, and I have the mist of this too. I think that this is more I mean, this is almost less sweet than this one is. And I just feel like this one has more complexity and more personality to it. So I recommend that. And unfortunately, it only comes in the mist, and this, if you can find it, and like a body wash. There's not currently a lotion for it. Maybe there was, or a body cream for it. Maybe there was, and it's just gone out of stock. Because I've said this before, I think they're discontinuing that whole like line. So once again, sale this weekend. So get those things while you can, because they might not be around anymore for much longer. So we're on number 2. And not all of these are from like that line, by the way. They're just from the men's collection, but they're not all from the Everyday Luxury line. I did buy 2 other ones from that line, the blue ones. There's like 2 blue ones. Oh So Navy, and sorry, I'm like kicking my light here, and like Hues of Blue or something. And one of those is supposed to be like a blue to Chanel dupe, which I don't know. Sure. But they're both nice. I mean, once again, they're both kind of like fresh. They're fresh, but I think they're pretty unisex too. You know, I like a fresh aquatic scent sometimes as well. But I just chose not to include those because that's not my like favorite. And my like number 1 for this video is like maybe my favorite new Bath and Body Works product. Okay, but number 2, spooky Halloween, Immortal. Okay, so Immortal is their sort of men's Halloween scent, and it says black plum, saffron, and haunted wood. So this one also has saffron in it, has plum and haunted wood, so woodsy. And this comes in a cologne, one of these kind of sprays, and lotion and stuff like that. So I did get the lotion as well. So I want to compare this to 2 things. I want to compare it to, because of the plum, I want to compare it to Viva Vanilla. So Viva Vanilla is rich plum, amber, and addictive vanilla. So this one is like woods, plum, and saffron. So yeah, plum is the only note in common. And then obviously this would be a clear comparison is Vampire Blood. So red berries, jasmine, and plum. So there's plum in all 3 of these. So that's pretty much the only like written common note. Sorry, I'm trying to show these, you know, just in case I'm not speaking clearly or anything like that. This might be hard to see. Probably hard to see. You know, some people do like covering stuff up. I don't know. But that was a complaint of this first way they packaged Everyday Luxuries, was just how hard it was to see the name and the notes and stuff like that. So they did it a little differently for the second round. All right, so I talked about this in my vanillas. It's very rich. It's, I think, my favorite vanilla from Bath and Body Works. It's just so deep and warm, and it does have that fruitiness, that plumminess in there. It's a woodsy, it's super smoky, so good. And then Vampire Blood is definitely more of like a berry scent, but like a deep berry scent. Sugared berries with like a musky, woodsy undertone. And then this one, Immortal, like I said, black plum, saffron suede, and haunted woods. I'm not such a big fan of this kind of spray, which is another reason I got I guess I could have used the cologne. Oh well. So this one still has like the berries, but it's just like deeper, it's darker, it's definitely more evening. It's a little more earthy, which kind of scared me off at first. The first couple of times I smelled this in stores, I was like, it's kind of earthy smelling. Like I'm not the biggest fan of like an earthy smelling, but that's not bothering me as much anymore. And now I'm just really appreciating how this is kind of basically like kind of like a grown up, no offense, I'm not trying to like diss anyone. I love like I don't know, childlike sense as well. Not that this is childlike, like this is still a pretty like mature scent for Bath and Body Works, but that this is even more so. So yeah, it's berry, but it's more of a deep plummy berry and more pronounced like woodsiness and like amberiness versus this. So if you like vampire blood, I really recommend checking out Immortal or Immortal, however you want to say it. I think it's just Immortal. Immortal is there's like I think there's a flower called Immortal. So this is less. I'm not really comparing as much. Like I don't feel like the Viva Vanilla and Immortal is as similar. Let me try the. And you got this pretty ombre. I think it's worth, if you like this scent, I think it's worth trying to pick up if you can. Because that smells like significantly more complex. This would be a great holiday scent because to me, I'm almost getting like spiced, like a mulled, MULLED. I had another video, I kept saying mold, and it sounded like it was saying mold. So not mold, mold. Yeah, I'm getting like a mulled fruits kind of vibe from that. So very different from Viva Vanilla. So I don't think those are that similar. So yeah, Immortal is a really good scent. Check it out. Okay, so time for the final one. All right, I am blown away by this scent. So I just ignored this scent. So I'll kind of talk about why, but I can't. I have to spoil it before I tell you why. All right, so this scent is one of the men's line that I think is always available, and that is Noir. So let me tell you why I ignored this for a while. I mean, in general, I kind of ignored the men's stuff, except for getting gifts for my husband. I got my husband the Vanilla Noir bath wash. Just the bath wash. I don't know why I didn't pick up anything else. And we have it in our shower right now, and I'm not a big fan. So I don't really like Vanilla Noir. So I assumed if I didn't like Vanilla Noir, why would I like Noir? Because I assumed that this would be even more pungent and earthy than Vanilla Noir, because Vanilla Noir to me is very pungent and earthy smelling. And I don't like that. It smells too, I don't know, the Black Orchid from Tom Ford. That that fragrance gives me a stomach ache. Like, ugh, it's like overpowering. So I was like, well, that's not going to be for me. So I just decided to try it anyways because I was looking at the notes. I was like, the notes sound really good. And this one, since it's a main part of the like men's collection, comes in a lot of different stuff. So interestingly, they actually have this sprayer and this one. I don't know why. I don't know if they're kind of testing it out, seeing which one people buy, but I feel like this is the only one, I could be wrong, but I feel like most of the men's line that's like the permanent line doesn't have this bottle. This is black cardamom, smoky vanilla, and a hint of musk. So yeah, when I saw that list of notes, I was like, that sounds really good. So I decided to give it a try. And I'm glad I did. So it is a little spicy at first, but definitely like right off the bat, just like a beautiful woodsy, spicy vanilla. Just a little bit powdery and sweet, like very sweet, much sweeter than you'd think. And it does start off just a little bit masculine with the spiciness, but it dries down to just being like the most beautiful, like smoke, like slightly smoky, woodsy vanilla, and just like a nice, like this is what I was thinking. Sometimes vanillas are like bakery vanillas, and like it smells like a cookie, and you're not always in the mood for that. And sometimes it's like a vanilla extract vanilla, and it's just like very strong. And that I don't really like either of those kinds of vanillas. I just like a vanilla that's like smoky and woodsy. So more like something along the lines of like Viva Vanilla or Wicked Vanilla Woods. So this is that kind of vanilla. But it's just so nice and like well blended, and it just smells like so high end to me. Like all of these like men's fragrances I've been talking about just sound like they smell like a notch above. So this one dries down so nicely. Like I couldn't stop smelling it. So I did get the cologne in that. I got this too. I got this, but I'll probably give this to my husband because I don't really like this kind of sprayer as much. So it does have its own lotion, but I was thinking this also would layer really well with um, this Moonlight Zen because this is black chamomile and this is black cardamom, which I guess is different, but it's just I connected those two in my mind. So that smells nice together. That brings it a little bit more like brightness to it. Okay, and then I just wanted to compare this really quickly to some non-Bath and Body Works vanillas that are like more like deep smoky vanillas. So I resprayed it. So I have Billie Eilish, and I have the sampler pack from the Seven Virtues with both vanilla woods and amber vanilla in it. So I just kind of want to compare it to those three and see if it's like the most like any of those three. Actually, I don't know the answer to that question. We're gonna find out together. Start with the Billie Eilish. It's right here. I'm not a big fan of this scent, but I think I might like it more now. I don't know why. Last year I wasn't that into it, and then I smelled it again, and I thought it was a little bit better than I thought it was last year. I haven't tried any of the other ones. There's like 2.0. I mean, this is like the Billie Eilish is like more unisex smelling than the Noir. It's spicier. It's a lot spicier. I don't have the notes on here. I'll put them up over here. But it's like spicy vanilla. I'm trying to remember. I think there's like cacao in there too. It's kind of like a weird mix of like cool and warm spices, and I think that's why I don't like it that much. So they're a little similar, but yeah, the Billie Eilish is actually more masculine in my mind than the Noir. All right, and then we have Seven Virtues. I really like this house. I don't know why I haven't bought any of their full sizes, but I might kind of decide on a favorite and then get that for myself as a birthday gift or something. So the first one is Vanilla Woods. This one's very popular. It just says pear, vanilla, and caramel. This is more like, I think this is duping this. It's almost identical. The fruity, kind of intense vanilla. There's a little similarities between this and the Noir, but this. These are the same. So there's a dupe there, but not the one I was thinking about. All right, and the amber vanilla, amber pink carnation, and vanilla. So carnation is usually more of a men's note because I think it's a spicy floral. Once again, usually the flowers that you get at the, I was talking about this before with like orchids and roses, you buy a bouquet of flowers. It doesn't smell like anything. So it's like, how are you supposed to know what flowers smell like? I'm a crazy person, so I literally go for walks in my neighborhood and I like smell people's flowers. They have like peonies growing or something like that. I'm like smelling their flowers. Or like irises. I'm like, hmm. So yeah, if I see flowers when I'm walking, I'm gonna smell them. It smells like pencil shavings. It smells like vanilla pencil shavings. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised because usually cedar is like what? I don't think there was cedar in this. Let's see again. Amber, pink carnation, and vanilla. Yeah, it doesn't like list cedar or anything like that. I feel like cedar is the note that usually makes people think it smells like pencil shavings. But it's mellowing out. But yeah, it's like a sharp woodsiness and then like a mellow vanilla and some fruitiness. So yeah, I can see a comparison between amber vanilla and noir because the vanilla is smoother. But this has pencil shavings and noir does not. So I mean, of all those scents, like this was much better than all of those. Like I don't want to say much better. I really like the Viva Vanilla and Vanilla Woods like scent profile, but like this is just so good. It smells so good. Like I just want to wear it. I don't know, all the time. But I have so many. I have a lot of fragrances, so I never wear anything a lot. I always just wear something different every day, several times a day. But yeah, this is good. I want to wear it this fall. I want to layer it with the lotion, wear it. Like I haven't really like worn it. So that's it. So the point is, if you haven't checked out the men's line at Bath and Body Works, there's some really good stuff. So whatever you tend to buy, if you tend to just buy like the women's stuff, don't discount like the men's line. I mean, if you only like really, really sweet sugary stuff, you're not gonna like it. But if you like a variety of different kinds of scents and you like higher end fragrances that are a little bit more unique smelling, then I think you'll like the stuff that the men's collection has because a lot of it smells like more high end perfumes that tend to be more unisex, like Baccarat Rouge. Like everyone always talks about that perfume. It's a unisex perfume, it's not a women's perfume. All of the Tom Ford fragrances are technically considered unisex. So just some of those big name perfumes are unisex. They're not marketed for one or the other. Um, so yeah, check it out. I love Noir, and all the other ones I talked about today are really good. And you might just find a different one that you really like. I was looking at After Dark or something like that, and that was pretty good too. I just I don't know. Maybe I'll get that one later. Um, but yeah, there's different ones. There's like Graphite, Atlantic. I got my husband Atlantic. That's kind of just like a fresh one. A little more generic smelling, but it still smells good. So, so that's it. So yeah, check it out. $5.95 and $35 until Sunday, and then Sunday after 6 p.m. should be most likely an additional 20% off that that sale price. So you can get these for a good deal and smell really good. All right. So I hopefully that was helpful to you, and have a good one. Make sure you like and subscribe.